Hello and welcome to This Game Stinks. I'm your host TC. Today we're going to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this video game podcast, and Sea of Thieves is going to meet the stinkometer next. Let's just start off talking a little bit about why even start a podcast. I'm not really here to say every game stinks. Well, actually, I kind of am here to say every game stinks, but that is not the exact point. My point is that not every game is perfect. Games played night in and night out, your favorite games, the games you put in your systems every night, you can tell me something that you don't like about those games. And I am here to talk about those somethings. I'm here to learn about those somethings. I'm basically here to find the perfect game. I figured some people may be interested in this, maybe even want to help me with this. I just want to let you guys know I'm never going to claim to be a video game expert. I've never played on any pro teams or anything like that. I'm just your average Joe gamer. I play with my friends weekly to relax, to step away from reality for a little bit, and just to enjoy myself. I don't even buy all the major releases on all the major consoles. I don't even have all the consoles, to be honest with you. I would love to have all the consoles and be able to play all the time. You know, the dream. I'm basically just here to tell people the truth about games. Why we hate them and love them at the same time. You know what I mean. I will never claim to be any good at any game. I'll never claim to be really knowledgeable about any lore, developers, franchises. I'm here to talk about video games with you guys. And more importantly, why they stink. So if you're just even a little bit curious about a game, if you want to rant about a game, rave about a game, or even troll me on a game, go ahead and tweet me about it. I'm at ThisGameStinks1, that's the number 1, on Twitter. Also, you can find me on Instagram at ThisGameStinks1, that's also the number 1 on Instagram. You can also catch me playing these stinky games on Twitch. I'll be streaming every so often. Same username as my Twitter account, ThisGameStinks1. That's the number 1. You can watch me as I test and put games through the stinkometer. Also, from time to time, I'll be playing these stinky games with my friends. So who is this jerk talking to you guys right now? Exactly, I know. Who is this guy? Well, my name is TC. I've grown up around video games, played all through college. I can't quite seem to grow out of them. It's just a passion I have that I can't move away from, and at this point, I really don't want to. I'm sure I have several listeners in the same boat as you guys, and I need you guys to tell me this stuff. Your woes, your wins, games I should try next, or games that you think are perfect. I'm going to try to keep these episodes around 15 to 25 minutes in length. Quick thoughts on games, maybe some stories along the way. Don't miss out also on some of my special longer episodes where I bring in some special guests and friends. They're going to come in and debate reasons why they think a game stinks or doesn't stink. What they don't know is that all games stink. It's my show. They all stink. But don't miss out because these guys are, we'll just say, pretty opinionated. So what is this stinkometer anyways? Which, by the way, this week is brought to you by Pirate Booty Laxatives. Pirate Booty Laxatives. When your bowels be plundering, shoot a cannonball through them. Anyways, the stinkometer is basically a tool that helps me to decide how much a game stinks. Each level of the meter is signified by its own coin sound. The closer I get to completing the coin sequence, the stinkier the game is. And again, guys, keep in mind, all these games don't stink. They're games that I love. I'm sure they're games that you love. We're here because no game is perfect. If a game can obtain 1 coin on the stinkometer, it's as close to a perfect game as it can get. 8 coins, and the game stinks to high heaven. That's the stinkiest the game can be. With all that being said, I would like to talk a little bit about Microsoft's new release, Sea of Thieves, and try to put that one through the stinkometer. This is actually the first game that I've bought with my 4K monitor and Xbox One X setup. So I gotta say that I was pretty excited to play this thing. I'd been kind of waiting for my Xbox One X for a little while. Finally was the perfect time to purchase one, and it came with the game, which was awesome. And we've been playing a bunch of betas and stuff like that for the last, it seems like year. And I was really excited to get started, especially since I was able to get started in 4K. I have to say that the biggest difference when starting this game in 4K was the water. It was insane. Like, I really couldn't believe how awesome it looked. It's the first time I've seen water look like that in gaming. I mean, it was amazing. It was perfect. I was seasick. So you just you just have to know how real it looks. Like, if you haven't seen it in 4K, maybe check out some videos or something, or if you got a friend or buddy that has an Xbox One X, like, check that game out. It's free on Games Pass if you haven't done that yet as well. Regardless of the water and how beautiful it looked, me and my friends were so excited to start playing the full game after what seemed like 87 betas over every couple weeks, just forever. So that brings me to my first coin. Even with 87 betas, the game came out of the gate just messing up. Not being able to join parties, game wasn't loading, all sorts of bronze beards, gold beards, pumpernickel beards, there's just beards everywhere, and we just couldn't play the game there for a good little while. I mean, eventually that stuff all calmed down slightly, but again, it was really frustrating to me to have all these betas. Everything was tested. It seemed it was working pretty well during the betas. I mean, all the content wasn't released yet. But honestly, if you're going to have that many betas, I think that the game should come out and run a little bit more smoothly on opening day. For instance, once all that stuff settled down a little later in the night and I was actually able to play and join a party, the first game I joined, I didn't even have like any items, and I didn't even realize that I was supposed to have them. I figured maybe in the beta you start off with everything, like your telescope and your compass and your guns. So I get into this game and I don't have anything, and I'm sitting there asking my friend, I'm like, how do I get my sword out? How do I get I thought it was Y. And they're just like, yeah, it's Y. And I look, and in my menu there is no items. There's nothing. I'm literally running around a pirate with no items. Like, just my clothes. Couldn't pick anything. Couldn't do anything. And I didn't even realize it for like an hour. I was just running around. Finally realized it. Restarted the game, came back in, had my items. But again, it was running really kind of wonky the first couple days, honestly. And that is why it does get the first coin on the Stinkometer. Moving on to coin 2. No achievements work. I mean, honestly, like, why do I even need to say anything else? Like, no achievements work. What are you guys going to do about that? Trying to get some episodes together, and at this point that the podcast comes out, there probably will be achievements at this time. But seriously, when this first was coming out, there's no achievements. And if people are telling you they're getting achievements, or if they told you that they got achievements the first couple weeks, then they lied to you, because I didn't get a single achievement. Right when I signed on, everyone's like, eat a banana, you get an achievement. Nope. I've eaten like a million freaking bananas and no achievements popped up yet. Even I've played 1 million songs on sinking ships. Still no achievement. I want to know how many people have played songs on sinking ships and not got an achievement, and they just keep doing it until they get it. Like, just wait, guys. Just wait until you know the achievements are fixed and then start to do it. I feel like every time our boat's sinking, everyone jumps on to try to play the song. It's getting a little ridiculous. And honestly, like, I'm not even really huge on achievements. But they're cool. Like, I don't care about them or my gamer score, but it's cool every so often. Something pops up in the game that you did that's an achievement. And they should work. This game is broken. I know what you guys are thinking. These first 3 coins should be all grouped up into just the game being broken at the beginning, but no. No achievements, game and party issues at the beginning, and my next point is just broken missions. I think those are all things that should have been ironed out in the 87 betas. Stories don't work. Some of the bounty missions especially. I mean, I've pretty much been able to find all the chests. Those are pretty self-explanatory. But man, those bounty missions, I've walked around countless hours with a couple crewmates, a couple other pirates. Can hear the music start to get grimy, And then all of a sudden, nothing happens. And you're literally walking around trying to find the skeleton mob to fight, and they're nowhere to be found. It's just a little annoying when you go and get a bunch of missions with your pirate group, your crew, pirate group, and a couple of them are bounty missions, and you chart a route on the map, everyone together, have an idea, have a plan, get to the bounty mission island, and then you run around for an hour like a jackass because you can't find the guy to fight. Alrighty, our next coin gets into the actual game. I think the party options could be just a little bit better in this game, honestly. I think adding friends and teammates is a little bit difficult, switching back and forth. I think there maybe should be a way to switch your boat while in the game and not have to back out and start back over again. Like if you can go to like an outpost or something, and then once you're at that outpost, you could like maybe even pay like $1,000 or something. I don't know, something to be able to switch boats so that you can add your next crewmate. Like for instance, if you have a team of 4 that you usually play with, but one night 3 of you get on a little bit earlier than the 4th. By time the 3 get everything into the boat, if they pick just a 3-person crew, like the supplies and everything, get their maps and stuff, the other guy will probably be on, or if you're in the middle of a mission now, that mission might take forever, especially the higher up level you get, those missions start to take forever and you can't stop in the middle of them. So you can't really add your friend if you're already full, if you want it boosted up to four people. So I think you should be able to boost the party size up in the mid-game or in the mid-chest hunt. I think maybe a big thing that would solve this would be maybe private ships, because you could start a 4-person private ship, and then when your friend gets on a little bit later, you could add them. Or like if you start and 4 people are getting on, you start with 2, you start with that galleon with just 2 people, it's doable. It kind of sucks if you get attacked or anything, but it's still fun. But if you're only going to be on for a little bit, it's fine, getting supplies, getting started. And then you could add those 2 people in after the game starts. Or there maybe should be a mid-sized boat that's like in between the little tiny boat and the galleon, the sloop and the galleon. Maybe a couple more cannons, a little bit bigger than the sloop, not as fast, but a little faster than the galleon. Like a mid-sized boat, like that should be in the game. Then you could add people in after you have all the supplies and all the missions and are ready to go. I just feel like I shouldn't have to start a 4-person boat and with 3 of my friends and then have to lock the 4th guy in the brig because we want him to leave. Because 50% of the time, the guy will just sit in there and play an instrument the whole time. I don't know how that's fun, but literally whenever we lock somebody in, they just sit there and play music. And I mean, I guess it's because we locked them in. Like they're just trying to ruin our night because apparently we ruined theirs. So I guess I get it, but there's no way that I could sit there all night just playing an instrument in someone's brig. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about more game modes for coin number 5. So another little thing that I like to do, because it's my show, is add game modes to games. Things that games should have, but don't. And I'm not saying that I know this game's new, so it probably will eventually come out. But at this point, me doing this podcast, this mode doesn't exist yet. And it's things like if a game doesn't have multiplayer. By the way, you'll probably hear me say like every single episode that every single game should have multiplayer. There should be no reason why a game doesn't have multiplayer. It should all be online multiplayer. There's no reason for it, guys. Every game should be that way. Anyway, back to my point. I think that there should be a way to be able to get multiple boats. I think there should be a way to get multiple boats in the same game together, like in the same party. So almost like a big team battle. Like you could have a team of 2 galleons with 8 people in the chat. And I know that kind of sounds like a lot, but I mean, Halo big team battles and stuff like that are that many people. You just need to kind of have a captain. Those captains are really the only ones talking in the chat, stuff like that. But I really think a Royal Rumble even, or like something where you team up with other boats, or even like Last Boat Standing or something where it's just like a big battle arena would be kind of cool. I mean, and I guess you could just do that in the game, just drive around trolling and just sinking other ships. But I mean, there could be a dedicated game mode to that, and I think it would be really fun. Like there could be maybe like one outpost in the center of the map, and every boat has some treasure on it or something, and you can steal treasure from other boats, bring it back to the center. Team that's got the most treasure at the end of a certain amount of time wins. You keep respawning with new treasure. Something cool, something where it's kind of like a Royal Rumble Battle Royale kind of thing. I think that would really bring another element to the game. So again, this doesn't necessarily mean the game stinks, but to me, I would like to see a mode like that, and it gives me another point on my stinkometer. So is everyone a dick in this game? I mean, seriously, I don't think I've been within 50 feet of an opposing pirate or pirate boat without being shot at with a gun or a cannonball. Everybody is looking to fight each other on this game. There's not a single passive pirate in the seas in Sea of Thieves right now. Trust me, I haven't met one. I haven't been able to find any boats to team up or anything like that. Everybody wants to sink each other. I mean, I get it. It just came out. Everyone's learning the mechanics. But again, I'm pretty sure that everybody in the 7 seas is a jerk. I guess I get it. It's a pirate game. Everyone's looting and plundering and a pirate's life for me and all that stuff. But I mean, it would be nice maybe just to run into somebody that doesn't try to kill me. I don't know what kind of experience you guys are having on the game right now, but since the actual game came out from the beta, I remember in the beta we were actually able to go around and kind of complete missions and things. But lately, it's been just a big booty fight. Where's the freaking Kraken? I mean, what the hell, really? How have I not seen the freaking Kraken, or the Fracken is what I like to call him. The Fracken, where is the Fracken? Everywhere. I've been everywhere in this game. I've been playing every night for a couple hours since the game came out. I see Kraken bones everywhere. They seem decently abundant. I mean, I'm seeing these bones everywhere, and I have yet to see a live one. I mean, I hear it crying in the distance. I mean, come take me to the Blimey Deep, damn it. I've avoided videos on Twitch, Twitter, Insta, YouTube. I just want to be killed by it. I feel like I'm not a true pirate until I am, you know? Wow, these mermaids are ugly. And I know you guys probably think I'm trolling at this point, just trying to get 8 points about Sea of Thieves and why it stinks. But seriously, this game is beautiful. There's beautiful landscapes. There's beautiful water. I understand pirates are gross and ugly, and anyone usually associated with a pirate is gross and ugly. But come on. This game's in 4K. Everything looks beautiful. I'm not even talking, you don't even need to have a sexy mermaid. I just want like a beautiful one. Just a pretty mermaid. It's such a beautiful game. Just put a pretty, beautiful, colorful mermaid in the game that takes you back to your boat. Something nice in the game. Even though all the landscapes are very beautiful and nice as well. Maybe that's what the developers were going for. So just to recap, Sea of Thieves does in fact make it all the way through the stinkometer. Let's review. We have loading and party issues, no achievements, broken missions, better party and boat options, more game modes, pirates being jerks, no Frackens, and ugly mermaids. Remember guys, I just took Sea of Thieves all the way through the stinkometer, made 8 points about it and why it stinks, but I'm still playing the game every night, and I love it. And I know that they're going to fix these issues. I know that different things are coming. If you have any opinions on anything I talked about today, go ahead and tweet me. Again, my Twitter handle is @thisgamestinks1. That's the number 1. You can also find me on Instagram @thisgamestinks1. Again, I'll also be playing on Twitch. Same handle, thisgamestinks1, and that's always the number 1, guys, at the end. And I mean it when I say it. Tweet me for anything. Tell me what you're loving right now, what you're hating, what you would like me to put through the stinkometer. Anything, guys. I'm here to listen. Sea of Thieves hits 8 on the stinkometer, but still loved by all. This is TC signing off. Have a good week.